Hi, I'm Lou, and I started testosterone injections on March 22nd, so today marks that I am 1 month on T, which is pretty crazy. I'm going to be sharing some of my experiences and the things that I've noticed that has changed. This is just my experience, everyone's different, but these are just some things that I realized. So within the first day that I started T, I realized that I was really sore and really tired, and this was going on for about 2 days. So my legs in particular were really sore. I do my injections near my stomach, so I don't know if that had to do anything with it. I don't know, because my legs are closer to my stomach. But yeah, I was just extremely sore and tired, and if I could describe that in the best way, honestly, I think it would be going through a whole entire growth spurt within 2 days. And I was just so sore, and I just would lay in bed, and I would just get up, and it would just be like a little difficult because I was so sore. And although I was still really tired, I still had I started to gain energy throughout the week. So for example, me and my friend Lily were doing this workout type of thing. So it was like, oh, you do 30 squats today, or 30 leg lifts, or 10 push-ups, or something like that. So usually I would start off with my leg lifts, and usually this sounds really wimpy, but usually I would get really tired with just doing 5 leg lifts. But after taking T and after a few days of being on T, I was able to do 10 without feeling tired by then, so I still had a lot of energy. And it wasn't until later in the reps and stuff like that I would start to feel a little bit more out of energy to do it. So I have a lot of energy, tired, but I have a lot of energy. I'm also looking at a list, so sorry if I'm looking down a lot. So my appetite has grown so much. Before, this sounds silly, but I used to feel really dysphoric about my appetite because typically men eat more than women, and I would feel whenever I would eat, I'd feel oh, I have to finish this plate because I didn't feel masculine enough. It sounds really bad, but after T, my appetite has just doubled, and I'm just eating everything. Anything that you put in front of me, I'll eat it, and it's gone. But it's fun, but I have to be careful with that. So I'm working out, and hopefully that'll show some other physical changes apart from just T. So excited for that. Within a week, this is weird. If you know me, or you don't want to know about this, or you just feel a little weird about this topic, go ahead and just skip. But I'm only talking about this for educational purposes. So I realized that I started to get bottom growth, and if you don't know what that is, I don't really want to say it, but you can search it up. Don't look at the pictures, it's weird, but it's bottom growth, and basically within a week I started to notice it, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it. For some reason my camera keeps turning off, so let's just move on to the next thing. I noticed hair on my thighs. Usually I didn't really get hair on my thighs. I had hair on my bottom part of my leg, but nothing really on my thighs. And so I went to shower, of course, and I took my pants off, of course, and I sat down, and then I looked down, and then I started freaking out in a good way, and I almost cried because I was seeing all these little tiny little hairs on my thigh, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm getting hair in places that I didn't think I was going to get hair, because I never really had hair on my thighs. So I was like, I'm probably not gonna experience that, but I did. The hair on my head has been feeling different, not in like, I don't know, it's weird. So it feels more thick, if that makes sense, and less like thin, and like it's still soft, but it's a lot thicker, and it gets much more, it's like dry but also not dry, and it's greasy but not greasy. And I realized, this is disgusting and gross, but I had to like when I go to shower, I have to put a little bit more like effort, not that I didn't put effort into actually washing my hair, but I had to put a little bit more time into it, just so that the next day it wasn't so greasy, which is disgusting to think of, but you know, that happens. For my face, I haven't really noticed anything. I haven't really gotten greasy. Occasionally I get some acne. I never really had a greasy face or really got acne. Never really had acne problems. But I do notice that for some reason the only part of my face that is greasy is my nose. And it's weird. But when it does get greasy, it does get like little pimples, or like little pimples on my forehead. But that they're nothing like, which is weird. This is weird, I noticed, but it's the acne I used to get before, like the pimples would kind of linger, and these ones I could just like pop easily and then they're gone. They don't stay, and they're not like in deep, if that makes sense. So I think that's a good benefit. Hopefully my face stays this way and nothing happens. It probably will, but let's have our hopes up. I'm gonna have my hopes up right now. This is another weird thing. If you feel like skipping on this part, feel free to skip. I'll be talking about my period, just some things that I noticed, some changes in it. So usually people would say like, it depends. For some people, they stop their period or their cycle instantly right after their first shot, but I didn't, unfortunately. But I had noticed that my period was different. So usually the first day, like before I started T, I had it really bad. Just so bloody and disgusting. I was heavy, and my cramps were really, really bad, to the point where I would have to take pills sometimes, like pain pills to help. But the first day, when I was on, or I am on T, but when the first day after T, when I got my time, I felt like a little cramp, and that was it. And then the whole entire time it was just really light. It wasn't like heavy or disgusting or anything, but it wasn't as bad as it was. So hopefully the next time around that time I don't get anything. We'll see. I had noticed that I get easily frustrated. So usually I used to get frustrated, but I would never like show it. A lot of the times I would just internalize it and then just like move on. But I don't know if it's because I feel confident, or like my confidence has gone up, so I feel like, oh, I'm just gonna like stand up for myself. But I just get easily frustrated, and probably because of all the mood swings. It's like going through puberty again, so obviously you're gonna be experiencing these frustrations and stuff like that. So I've just been easily angered, easily annoyed, and I'm trying to calm it down because I realize, and I'm like, oh man, okay, I gotta chill. But yeah, that's what I've noticed. It kind of annoys me. It's funny because when I get frustrated at something that annoys me, then I get annoyed with myself because I'm frustrated, because it's like an endless cycle. But hopefully, and usually, it's just within the first few months where, you know, your body's getting used to all these changes and you're having like slight mood swings because you're going through puberty again. So hopefully within the next few months I won't get so easily frustrated. My voice has been feeling really scratchy, and this was just like towards the ending of this month, nothing in the beginning. And I experienced one voice crack, and it was the funniest thing ever. I was saying bye to my friend and it went like bye, and it was like up and down. It was funny, but yeah, I only experienced one voice crack, and hopefully it changes within the next few weeks, months, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, so the kind of like emotional and mental changes, I haven't felt dysphoria in a long time, and it's so when I was talking to my therapist before I started T, he was saying that when you start T, you're gonna feel something that you're gonna feel genuine happiness, and you're not gonna feel like constantly on your mind, nothing like I need to start T, or I need to do this, or I wish my voice was deeper, or I wish I was more masculine, or whatever. It's like it's in your mind, but it's not as prevalent as it was before. And it's true. I feel happy, and I feel like I can go outside without having to worry so much. Obviously I'm just within the first month, but still, like, being able to know that I'm starting this transition is just, it's made my life so much better, and it's great because I don't feel so dysphoric anymore. I mean, throughout this whole month I felt dysphoric once, and it was yesterday, and it was because I can't stand it. It's funny, but I'm not gonna explain it. But yeah, I've only felt dysphoric once within this month, and I just feel so much better already, and it's only been the first month, so this is really good. And finally, I'll do like a little voice thing, you know, those cheesy things that people do, you know, the whole I'm 1 month on T and stuff like that. I'm gonna do that. So here goes. Hi, I am Lou, and I am 1 month on T. No, let's do that again. Hi, I'm Lou, and this is my voice 1 month on testosterone. That sounds better. Okay, so that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Those are just a few updates that I have on my transition. Hopefully next month I'll get more, and then hopefully next month I got pictures, but I haven't really noticed anything physical changes, so I'm not gonna really put those up. So hopefully next month we'll get to see some of those. But yeah, thanks.